Hi, I'm Mehul Harry with Developer Express. In this video, we got a very cool how-to from a DX squad member, Chris Walsh, who shows us some cutting-edge technologies like Silverlight 3 Beta, the RIA services, and how to use the activity control with the AgDataGrid and AgLayout control. And the activity control basically lets you show a loading panel when there's a background operation occurring. So let's check it out.
Welcome to the AgDataGrid demo with data paging. We're going to need some prerequisites here. So you're going to need the activity control from David Poole for Silverlight 3, Northwind database, .NET RIA services CTP, Silverlight 3, and volume 1.3 from DevExpress for 2009. I've already created a Silverlight navigation project, and I'm already into the home screen view in the views folders. I'm going to add some references and some namespaces. Let's find the DevExpress references we need. We need the activity control reference. And we need some RIA services references. Now we need to add those namespaces to our page. We create our layout root as our activity control, which is going to provide some graphical representation of when we're loading data to the client. Then inside the activity control, we're going to have an AgLayout control. Inside the layout control, we're going to have the AgDataGrid, the domain data source objects, Northwind data context, and the data controller data pager. So we can add the namespace references to the DX-DataGrid. Missing one reference. Control data. Okay, now we've got most of our references inside our home page. We need to go to our website that's hosting the solution, and we need to add the Northwind data file. Then we need to add data context. Add it into app data folder. We now need to create our entity model. So pick out ADO.NET entity data model. We'll just type in Northwind. Generate from database. Pick our database from our MDF. And we'll just type in Northwind entities. Namespace, all we want really today is the employees table. Now we can close and save that. Go back to our Solution Explorer. I want to add a new domain data source. Add a new domain service class, so we'll call this Northwind service. Enable client access. Now before you can actually add the service, you need to go back and make sure you build the project first before it will pick it up. So domain service class, Northwind context, Northwind entities. Yep, so we want the employees table. Enable editing and generate associated classes for metadata. Okay, what that does is that will now link the domain data context with your Silverlight project automatically. So now we can close Northwind context, Solution Explorer, and we need to build the solution for the hidden file to be populated in the Silverlight project. Now we can see in the generated code hidden file that we have the AgDataGrid page web.g.cs file, which is our client service, which helps connect from our Silverlight project to our web solution. Okay, now once the file's in the solution, we'll build the project, build this kit. Now we need to add a namespace for the Northwind data context to be accessed inside the XAML page. Right, inside our layout control, we will give it a name. We want its orientation to be vertical, no padding. Right, inside the layout control, we want to add our AgDataGrid, give it a name. The columns order width of true. I want to add 3 columns to the fields we want displayed in the grid. The employee ID, first name and last name. Outside the AgDataGrid, we want to add a RIA services domain data source. We'll give it a name called DS employees. Right, inside our domain data source, we're going to open inside the domain context property. We want to add the reference to our Northwind context, which is in the XAML we've just created at the top. So domain data source of domain context, then added a Northwind data context to say for the domain data source to use that Northwind context. We now want to add our data pager inside the layout control. Once it's source, I want to bind the data of the element name being DS employees. We want to set the page size to be 20 rows. We want the vertical alignment to be at the bottom of the page. Now with the domain data source, we want to bind the load size of that to the page size of data controls. So we'll go load size, and we need to specify the load method name to that load method name in the Northwind service that we created before. Okay, now the load method name is called load employees. Now all that's done, we just happen to wire up the results from the domain data source to the employees data grid. So now in your code behind file for the home page, want to wire up a new load event inside the Lambda expression. So for the data source employees, loaded data, add a new event, data grid employees.data source equals e.loaded entities. And there we are. Wired up, save. Now notice the loading panel, activity panel. You can then go down through the entries, page through, and we have an error. Because you can't page inside with that order by in your data context. So we'll stop the debugging. Let's go to our Northwind data context, change the get employees method to order by the employee ID. Compile and reload. Send data before, and we're paging with the AgDataGrid. Now the source will be attached with this project, or if you have any issues, you can get me in the forums. Thanks for watching.
Wow, we have some very smart customers using some cutting-edge technologies. Thanks a lot, Chris. Now, if you want to show off your screencast, demo, or how-to, please send me an email. And thanks for watching.